Hi friends, welcome back, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Today I am finally bringing to you a pattern review, and this pattern review is of the Know Me ME2046, and this is a pattern by Nikki Brooks. She go by Beauty J'adore over on Instagram, and she also has a TikTok account as well. I'll try to find her handles and put them in the description box below so you can go over and learn more about her. She is a designer and she puts out designs under the Know Me brand. She also has her own website with a lot of different patterns that you can download and print in PDF format. And so she's been around for a long time. I think she even had a few patterns out in McCall's. And so she's a really great designer. So this pattern, the Know Me ME2046, I decided to make for the hashtag BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. And it is hosted by the lovely Nateida of So Natural Dane. And every year we try to either do some kind of collaboration or work together on a project. And so this year we decided to work on this Know Me ME2046. So Nateida will be sharing her version as well over on her YouTube account. So make sure you go over and check out her page and her video. So I'm going to be talking about the two variations that I've made with this pattern. I made version A/B, and I'll talk about the modifications that I've made and also the adjustments that I had to make so that it can accommodate my body type. And I'll talk more about the pattern as well, the sizes and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead, get into today's video, and let's talk about this Know Me pattern. So I want to go ahead and talk about the size range first and the size that I chose. So this pattern comes in sizes 8 to 26, 8 being a 29-inch for the bust for AB. So this is for the dress / tunic style top. And it goes up to the size 26, which is 45.5 inches for the bust. Now, I chose the size 22, and I did not grade in between sizes. I just stuck with the size 22. And I made, let's see here, I made view B, which is the longer version, but I had to shorten the pattern. And this pattern is very long. I shortened the pattern by, I think, 5 inches. And that was supposed to be for view A. So that's the shorter version. So that gives you an idea of how much I had to shorten the pattern just to get a longer style like view B. So I had to shorten the pattern by 5 to 6 inches. So just keep that in mind. It's very long. So yeah, I selected the size 22, and for those measurements, the finished garment measurements are listed on the back of the envelope, which I really like about this pattern and all the Know Me patterns. They have the finished garment measurements right on the back of the envelope. So again, I made the long variation, and I made size 22, and that is 41.5 inches for the bust, 40.5 inches for the waist, and let's see here, 50 inches for the hip. So that's the size that I chose, so that will give you an idea of how the pattern fits on me. I did not shorten the pattern at the waistline. I could stand to shorten it about an inch, but it really is a really nice, it's a curvy pattern, so it really cinches in the waist. And so the waistline is cinched in from like the lower part of your bust down to like your high hip is really cinched in, and it has a deep curve. So I wasn't really worried about shortening it because it was going to fall, you know, it would be pretty good because of the fact that it has that curve and that indentation in the pattern. So really love that. So this pattern it consists of 4 pattern pieces. You have your front, which is cut on fold, your back, which is cut on fold, you have your neckband, and you have your sleeve pattern. So the notions for this is just your needle and your thread, and it does call for elastic because you will be putting elastic on your sleeve to ruche up the sleeve. So you can have this really beautiful ruching detail on the sleeve. So I, again, made 2 variations, and I made view B. So the only modification that I made to the pattern is instead of having like that vent, because for view A and B, you have a vent, and the pattern has a marking on the side of the pattern piece so that you can actually know where to stop sewing so that you can leave that uh, lower part of the tunic open, and it's like this open style. But I wanted to make a dress. I saw that Nikki Brooks made a dress with hers, and she posted it on TikTok and Instagram, and it was so cute. And so I decided I want to make a dress too. So I just made just a small little hack where I just sewed the side of the pattern all the way down instead of leaving the vents on, or the sides split on both sides of the top there. So there's ruching details on the sleeve. It's very, very simple, easy. But the other adjustment that I had to make, or modification, was to the neckband. The neckband was a little too long, and this isn't taking anything away from the pattern. I find that almost all knit patterns that I sew, the neckbands, I usually have to take out anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches, sometimes even 2 inches of length, because it's just too long. So this pattern was no exception. I had to take out about 2 inches from the neckband to get the neckband to snap in place. If your neckband is too long and you're not stretching or pulling your neckband when you're putting it around the neckline of your garment, it's going to droop. And so just keep that in mind. If you want to make this pattern, you might have to size your neckband down so you can get that snap back, or that give around the neckline, so that way it doesn't droop and fall over. So I had to make that adjustment to the pattern. In terms of standard adjustments that I usually make, especially with knit garments, for my first variation, and I'll pop images here so you can see what it looks like, I purchased this beautiful sweater knit fabric from Joann. It is a tan fabric, so in the brown family, but it's really light tan. Really gorgeous. It has stripes going down the garment horizontally. Now, not horizontal, vertically, sorry. And it's not like a printed stripe. It's just like a woven stripe in the fabric, which I was really nervous about because I don't really like sewing with garments or fabrics that have a lot of stripes in them. But this came out beautifully, as I knew it would. It's, horizontal stripes, and it just turned out really well. I wasn't able to get the stripes on the neck band to line up with the stripes on the top, or the dress, simply because, like I said, I had to make adjustments to the neckband, and I didn't realize that the neckband was too long until after the fact. And so I was not able to get it to match all that well. And I wasn't able to get it to match on this one that I'm wearing either. And this is the second variation. But just keep that in mind. If you're working with stripes, you might want to do more matching than what I did so that they can line up. I wasn't able to get that at all. But anyway, this tan variation, love, love, love. The fabric that I chose is a light to medium weight sweater knit fabric. As I stated before, I purchased it from Joann, and I used about 2.5 yards of fabric for that variation. The pattern calls for suggested fabrics such as stretch knit fabrics only, as cotton, ITY jersey, modal rib knit, sweater, and those types of fabrics. Now the pattern comes with a pair of a pant pattern as well, and you can make that and have that go with your tunic. I did not make the pants, I just made the dress. I absolutely love, 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 love the dress and the tunic. It's just such a fun, easy make. I love the ruching on the side of the sleeve. I will say for my first variation, for the tan variation, I didn't put the ruching on the sleeve until after I actually sewed the seam on the sleeve. And so don't do that. Make sure that you, if you're going to put the ruching on, make sure you put your elastic on your sleeve before sewing the seam and your underseam of your undersleeve. So that's something that I didn't think about until after I had sewed the seam in the garment. For my second variation, I made it with another sweater knit that was purchased from Joanne. And this one is more of like a mauve color. Um, really love this. Absolutely love it. I can see this being paired with all types of colors, like a burgundy belt or burgundy shoes, which I also took pictures in my burgundy shoes with this, which I thought was so gorgeous. You could pair it with a black belt and black shoes, or navy blue shoes and a navy blue belt or handbag, or just, and that's one of the reasons why I chose this mauve color and the tan color, because I feel like a lot of my accessories will go really well with these two pieces. And so, and I'm also trying to gravitate more towards neutral colors, or you know, more subdued colors. So that's why I also chose these two as well. So yeah, really love this Know Me ME2046. Again, I made this for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. Make sure you check out Nateida's channel so you can see what she made. And I'm sure we always swap photos. And so I'll put images of her beautiful garment here, and you can see what her garment looks like. I wasn't able to sew as much for this year's challenge, which I was really, really disappointed by, because I love Black History Month and I love the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. However, my family, we've just been going through the ringer with different sicknesses and illnesses, and we just have not been able to come around out of this, so you know, fast enough for me to be able to get some sewing time in. So I'm really, really disappointed that I wasn't able to sew as much. However, I am going to tackle at least, you know, 2 or 3 of those projects. So I'm really looking forward to doing those, especially the Veronica B. Cole pattern. It's the Know Me pattern that is kind of similar to this, except for it has more of dolman sleeves and also a V neckline. So I'm really excited about sewing that one as well. And I might actually sew another sweater dress. I really love this pattern. It's so easily, and I'm definitely going to make at least 2 more variations. I want a burgundy sweater dress and a black sweater dress as well. So I'm really, really excited to get more out of this. And I can also see making it as a top. I can see expanding the sleeves and putting some gathering on the sleeve head. I can even see like changing the neckline, making a cowl neckline, or just all different types of things are going through my mind with this pattern. It's just such a great foundational pattern, like a basic pattern block, and you can just make so many different things and be so creative with this. So I'm really, really excited about this pattern. I didn't have any problems for my first variation. I didn't make any adjustments except for a 1/2 inch forward shoulder adjustment. And then for my second variation, I had found that in the first variation, which is the tan variation, that the shoulder head was like dropped a little bit. And so I did shorten the shoulder line. And so I shortened that by a 1/2 inch. And so that brought the shoulder line up a little bit. And so on this variation that I'm wearing, the shoulder line is more of my shoulder length. Whereas with the the other variation is just a little bit too long. So those are some things I would say also watch out for. And then for the sleeve, I had to shorten my sleeve by 4 inches. So it was a very, very long sleeve. It's very long. So just keep that in mind as well. You might have to shorten the sleeve if you want to get a sleeve that's similar to mine, where it stops at the wrist, and it's not like, you know, bunching up or it's too long. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to some of those things. Again, I had to shorten the length of the garment. I had to shorten the sleeve. I had to do a forward shoulder adjustment, and I had to shorten my shoulder line. So those are the 4 adjustments that I made. And again, other than that, I didn't have any problems with the pattern. Those are all standard adjustments that I make for myself, regardless of the pattern. Most commercial patterns, I have to make those standard adjustments anyway. Oh, and I made another adjustment. I'm sorry. I made a 1.5 inch bicep adjustment as well. So I had to do that for the size that I chose, which is the size 22. I believe the finished circumference, the finished garment measurement for that was either a 14 or 15. And which is not bad for a knit. However, I like to give myself a little bit more room. And so I went ahead and did a little bit over an inch for my bicep adjustment. So anyway, that was my experience and my review for the Know Me ME2046. If you made this pattern before, please let us know in the comment section below, or if you intend to make the pattern, let us know. And also let us know what kind of fabric you have chosen for your project, or fabrics that you would choose for this particular project. Thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you all have a blessed and happy sewing week, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.